Hello, everybody. So glad that you all could make it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go over the notes that I had us take into class today, and then we're going to go over a couple of problems that we solved in class. Okay, so the first thing I want to make sure that we remember, guys, and first and foremost, even before that, I want you to title this test review. Okay? The first thing I want us to recall, guys, is what it means to combine like terms. What I mean when I say combine like terms, and let me give you an example, 2x minus 3 plus 10x minus 5. I'm asking you to box every single one that has a variable and circle the constants. So what I mean by like terms, I combine the ones that are in boxes and the ones in circles. Now you don't have to box them necessarily, but it does help you see it visually. So 2x plus 10x is 12x. Negative 3 plus negative 5 is negative 8. There's our example for combining like terms. The other thing that we reviewed today was distribution, or the distributive property. Okay? The distributive property says this, 2 times x plus 3, right? This 2 that I have in front of here, all you're doing is multiplying it times every single thing inside the parentheses. 2 times x is equal to 2x. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. That's it. That's all you do with the distributive property. Let's look at our next thing that we learned the past 2 weeks. We have cross multiply. All right? We use cross multiplication when we have problems with dealing with proportions, right? And remember, a proportion is just 2 fractions set equal to each other. All we do, guys, is cross multiply. We get the numerator times the denominator on one side, and the denominator times the numerator on the other side, right? This is going to end up looking like 2 open parentheses, x plus 2, close parentheses, is equal to 6 times 1 is just 6. And there you go. You can see that we have the distributive property again. All right? The next thing we need to do is just remember what are opposite signs. Right? Let me write them out first, and then we'll label which one each one is. There we go. If I have a positive sign, I know that the opposite sign of that is negative, and vice versa. If I have a negative symbol, then I know the positive sign is the opposite. Same thing here. If I have a multiplication, I know that division is the opposite. And if I have a division, I know that multiplication is the opposite. All right? And the last thing that we need to remember, guys, is that if you divide by a negative number, flip the inequality. So what do I mean by that? Well, if I have 2x is greater than, let's say 4, let's make that negative, right? If I divide by that negative 2 on both sides, I'm left with x is, let's do that. Sorry, brain freeze. 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2, but I have to flip the inequality symbol. Okay? And that's that. That's that, literally that. Now, that is the last algebraic method that we use, but that's not the end of this. What I want you all to know and remember is, what is our goal? This is the most important thing, guys. Because if you know what your goal is, let's say you're an engineer or an artist, then you know what you're looking or working towards for. It's the same thing when you're doing algebraic stuff, right? You need to know, what am I working towards for? Well, this is what you're working for when you're solving inequations and inequalities, right? Get x alone on one side right? There you go. Yeah, get x alone on one side. Or we can probably change this into, right, put the variable. Get the variable alone on one side. So remember that as we're solving equations. Now then, let's go ahead and look at one. I want to go over the hardest one first, which is x plus 8 divided by 4, these are in parentheses, equals to x minus 2 divided by 2. So, what we do here, guys, is we cross multiply first. So I'm going to cross multiply. I'll draw my little butterfly antennas because it's the butterfly method. Okay, then I'm going to get this distribution at 2, open parentheses, x plus 8 equals to 4, open parentheses, x minus 2, close parentheses. Now I have to distribute everything inside of the parentheses. Sorry, everything inside of the parentheses. So 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 8 is positive 16. All right, I do the same thing with the 4. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Okay, and I'm not done, right? Remember what my goal here is, guys. I want to get x alone on one side of my equation. But I have my variables on both sides. So I need to choose what side do I want to get my variable alone on. Well, I want to get it on my left side, right? That's what I choose. You can choose to get it on your right. You'll get the same answer. So because I want it on my left, I notice I need to get rid of this 4x. So I'm going to subtract 4x from this side and also subtract 4x from this side. Right, let me draw the line so it becomes clear. 2 minus 4x is negative 2x. Bring the 16 down and bring the negative 8 because I didn't touch it. Now, here's the most important part. I now have my variable on one side of my equation. Leave it there. Just leave it. Don't try to move it. Don't try to do anything with it. Focus on the numbers that don't have variables now. It's the 16 and the negative 8. Well, if I remember my goal, I want to have my x alone on one side. To do that, I need to get rid of this 16 because it's bugging my x right here on the left side of my equation. So I'm going to get rid of 16 by subtracting because the opposite of positive is negative. So I do what I do to one, I do to the other. Left with negative 2x equals to negative 8 divided by, negative 8 minus 16 is negative 24. Guys, this is the most important part. Your last step is to always divide by the number in front of x. I'm going to divide by this negative 2. Not just 2, but the negative 2. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is just x. Negative 24 divided by negative 2 is going to be a positive number, right? Because the negative divided by negative is positive. 24 divided by 2 is just 12. There we are, guys. That's our answer. This was the hardest question, so I just wanted to say it again, right? Okay. Now then, I want to just reiterate one little thing that I saw today in class, right? So let's say we have, again, 5x plus 3 equals to 10. For those of you watching for the extra credit, the code word is math rules. So if you want to type that into the text entry in the bottom, that is the code word for this video to get extra credit. It is math rules. Okay, so guys, what I'm seeing some people do is they want to say, okay, I want to get rid of this 5x. No, guys, remember our goal, and I'm going to write it again. Goal. Get variable alone on one side. Well, guys, I've already accomplished a part of my goal here. Is my variable on one side? Yeah, it is on one side. Look at it here. Let me draw the line so we can see it. I have my variable on my left side of my equation. So I already accomplished one part of my goal. Leave the variable there. Once you have it on that one side, guys, you've accomplished that goal, just leave it there. Don't make it more difficult for yourself. Focus on the numbers that don't have a variable. This 3 is a negative 3, so I'm going to subtract the 3 on both sides. This reduces to 0. I'm left with 5x equals 7. Wish I would have picked a prettier number, but now we just divide by 5, right? That's always our last step. Our last step is always to divide. X equals 7 over 5. And that be it, guys. That's pretty much all we did in class today, guys. Again, if you got the code word, great. Enter it inside the text box. If not, try to find it within the video if that's what you're trying to do. But if you help me the code word, you get that 5 extra bonus points. But that's it, guys.